it. A Zambian couple whose identity has been withheld has tested positive for the coronavirus. Health Minister Dr. Chitalo Chilufya has told journalists that the couple went to France for a holiday via Emirates, where they possibly contracted COVID-19. The minister says the patients are currently quarantined and are responding well to treatment. He adds that while COVID-19 preventive measures are being scaled up, Zambia will not be on a lockdown. World over, the coronavirus has now infected more than 200,000 people and killed more than 8,000. Almost 80,000 people have recorded from the infection.
What most Zambians feared from a distance because it was tormenting nations beyond our borders has become a reality within Zambia. Zambia has confirmed its first 2 cases of the coronavirus. Minister of Health, Chitalo Chilufya, says a Zambian couple who traveled to France for a 10-day holiday tested positive for the COVID-19.
Zambia has confirmed its first 2 cases of COVID-19 in the virus. The patients are a Zambian couple that traveled to France on a 10-day holiday with their 2 children.
The mortality rate for the coronavirus on a global scale is at 2%, and Dr. Chitalo Chilufya says Zambians should not panic as the patients have been adequately quarantined and are responding well to treatment. But Zambians feel that the minister should do more.
And my concern mainly is like people who are staying in compounds. In one house, one-roomed house, they stay 5 people. How is it possible for those people to quarantine themselves? How possible will that be? That won't be possible. So the government needs to sensitize the people more on the prevention of this virus.
Sini sure kuti still more we are safe. Still more anyone among us we are not really safe. But chamene vakangi wache kuti vangavare mainterest munga yama airport or ma international tours yaya chamene sivangavalirepo nchani because apa vakamba kuti ise maschool stivale but tiona kuti iyo matenda siyachokera mwatu muno.
While Zambia's capacity to contain the pandemic may be debatable, one thing for sure is that cooperating partners have pledged their support.
To express our solidarity as a UN family, and I'm sure I can talk on behalf of cooperating partners, our solidarity with the government of Zambia and with the people of Zambia. We are here to support and to stay and deliver in any way possible.
Despite its downside, the coronavirus will spike the fast-moving consumable goods sector now that the 2 cases have been confirmed in Zambia, as people will try to buy as much as they can to avoid human contact. This bulk buying has triggered demand for things like face masks and sanitizers. A check by Diamond News found that prices of face masks and sanitizers have been increased, something the Competition and Consumer Protection Commission should keep an eye on lest consumers be exploited. Another sector that will benefit from the 2 confirmed cases is telecommunications, as people will now purchase more data to keep tabs on the COVID-19, giving rise to e-commerce in Zambia. While Minister Chilufya has maintained that Zambia won't be on lockdown, stringent measures must be put on Zambia's porous border posts to ensure that this pandemic is curbed. Diamond TV News, Wenson Mavor.
And Parliament has adjourned to sign die due to the coronavirus pandemic which has hit the country. Zambia has so far recorded 2 cases of the virus since its outbreak. In making the ruling, Speaker of the National Assembly, Patrick Matibini, says this is as a result of the 2 statutory instruments that government has come up with, which bars gatherings of more than 50 people. And the United Party for National Development, Mazabuga Member of Parliament, Gary Nkombo, says the UPND has received the ruling with a pinch of salt.
As regards the point of order by Honorable Minister from Chinga Province, I indicated in my response that it will become apparent later in the day what measures have been taken to address the issue of the coronavirus, which was the subject of his point of order. Honorable members, following consultations with relevant public offices concerning the coronavirus pandemic, a decision has been reached in order to deal with the concerns raised in the points of order by Honorable J.J. Mwimbu and the Honorable Minister of Mchinga Province promptly, I therefore wish to call upon Her Honor the Vice President. Her Honor the Vice President. I honor the Vice President. Just a minute for people to settle down. Order. I honor the Vice President.
Mr. Speaker, in accordance with Standing Orders 33-1 of the National Assembly Standing Orders 2016, and in view of the coronavirus pandemic, I beg to move that the House do now adjourn. Senator.
The question is that in accordance with Standing Order 33-1 of the National Assembly of Zambia, Standing Orders 2016, and in view of the coronavirus pandemic, the House do now adjourn sine die. I honor the Vice President.
Mr. Speaker, on 13th March 2020, the Minister of Health issued two statutory instrument numbers 21 and 22, restricting public mass gatherings and mandating social distancing in order to prevent the coronavirus infections in the country. In this regard, all organizations and institutions within the country have been directed to reschedule public events or use technology to advance their agenda. In addition, all schools, including primary, secondary, and tertiary institutions, have been ordered to close by Friday, 20th March 2020. Mr. Speaker, members of this House are not immune to the virus. It is therefore important that the House adjourns in accordance with the directives of the Ministry of Health and the law. Sir, this is a straightforward motion, and I request the House to support it. Mr. Speaker, I beg to move.
Accept that, and we are hopeful that as soon as the situation of the coronavirus starts to stabilize, then we will have to know the status of the matter in court, whether we can still go in and deal with Bill 10 or not. But I think we have a sigh of relief because the search for one member has now come to an end by the PF. They have failed to garner the last member that they wanted in order for them to pass this obnoxious bill. And so the public can tell whether this is just a coincidence or it is a matter that was actually articulated.
How do you take it yourself?
I take it with a pinch of salt.
And earlier, Speaker of National Assembly Patrick Matibidi suspended debate on the Constitution Amendment Bill number 10 so as to allow him study a point of order on the Constitution Court's petition in which former Commerce Minister Deepak Patel wants government to explain why they have been breaching the 2016 law on contraction of public debt. According to the 2016 Constitution Amendment, it is a mandatory legal requirement in Article 63, subsection 2, subsection D, for National Assembly to approve public debt. Mr. Patel has, however, observed that since this amendment, the office of the Finance Minister has been abrogating this law. He has argued that the office of the Attorney General should have been presenting necessary bills for the approval of the National Assembly on contracting debt. Rising on a point of order, Mazabuka Central Member of Parliament Gary Nkombo wanted to know whether the House would be in order to debate the Constitution Amendment Bill number 10 when in fact it is a subject of an active petition in court. Mr. Nkombo has cited the Constitutional Court ruling which found Mr. Speaker in breach of the law for declaring the wrong parliamentary seat which was held by Dr. Chimba Kambwili vacant without waiting for legal interpretation of the court. Mr. Nkombo has also cited Parliament's decision to suspend the motion on the impeachment of President Edgar Lungu because some citizens had petitioned the Constitutional Court. In his petition before court, Mr. Patel argues that as a Zambian citizen, he recognizes the right and duty of every person to defend the Constitution and to resist or prevent the overthrow, suspension, or illegal abrogation of the Constitution of Zambia. The Speaker has since reserved ruling on this matter.
Minister Deepak Patel has petitioned the Constitutional Court over government's move to procure public debt without the approval of the National Assembly as required by law. Mr. Patel has cited the Minister of Finance Walyangandu and Attorney General Likando Kalaluka as the first and second respondent in the matter. In his petition, Mr. Patel says the refusal by the respondents to obtain prior approval from the National Assembly before approving and signing any debt agreement or instrument is illegal and a breach of the Constitution. The petitioner is therefore seeking a declaration that failure by Finance Minister and Attorney General to present all loans contracted and sought to be contracted on behalf of the government, which constitutes public debt to the National Assembly for prior approval, is therefore in breach of the Constitution as it is an illegal abrogation of the Constitution. Mr. Patel wants a declaration that the Loans and Guarantees Act or any corporation legislation or gazette notice dealing with the debt procurement or contraction for and on behalf of government must be interpreted in line with the provisions of the Constitution as requiring the approval from the National Assembly. The petitioner wants an order compelling the respondent to present to the National Assembly within 14 days of the judgment of the court or within the time frame that the court will prescribe. Once the judgment is delivered, Mr. Patel wants an order directing that from the date of the judgment, all public debt, whether local or foreign, sought to be contracted on behalf of the government must be presented to the National Assembly for prior approval. But since the amendment of the Constitution in 2016, the respondents have up to date not sought any approval from the National Assembly prior to signing loan agreements for contracting local and foreign public debt. Mr. Patel says the true debt position of the Republic of Zambia is not known because the correct figures of how much debt has been contracted since 2016 have never been provided to the National Assembly or to the public. According to the 2016 Constitutional Amendment, it is a mandatory legal requirement in Article 63, subsection 2D for National Assembly to approve public debt. Outside the courts, Mazabuka Central Member of Parliament Gary Nkombo raised a point of order wanting to know whether the House would be in order to debate the Constitutional Amendment Bill number 10 when it is a subject of an active petition in court. This resulted into the Speaker to put deliberation on hold to allow him study the matter and thereby making a ruling on the matter. Rodam Vola, Damu News.
Meanwhile, United Party for National Development leader Hakainde Hichilema earlier today called for the immediate withdrawal of the bill from Parliament.
How can a government that loves the people ignore or pay lip service to the coronavirus threat, to the threat on the lives of many Zambians, and not put enough measures and enough resources to contain the coronavirus? But yet, they are putting so much money on pushing Bill 10.
Shame.
Therein lies the tragedy. Therein lies the failure of leadership of the PF. In addition to failing to run the country properly, in addition to creating no opportunities for our people, jobs, business, in addition to bringing about hunger in our homes, given the high price of meal, unaffordable, and also short supply of meal. The PF are willing to spend large amounts of money, huge amounts of money, in millions, to buy members of parliament, to reduce members of parliament to commodities in a shop, in a marketplace, to tomatoes in a market. Because last night they were harassing a lot of these members of parliament.
For sure.
Enticing them with VXs, expensive cars, cash, yet they are failing to provide money to the private media to promote, sensitize citizens.
Let's now see what we have in tonight's editorial comment.
This is your Diamond Insight for tonight of the Constitution 2/3 number in Parliament. As Justice Minister Given Luwinda tabled the Constitution Amendment Bill number 10 for second reading in the National Assembly at about 15 hours on Tuesday, we were shocked that some of our brothers and sisters expected an immediate vote. We received so many calls asking what time the vote in Parliament was going to be conducted. We understood that Zambians need civic education over their laws and the process they take. In this context, Constitution of Zambia is not a delegated legislation. Constitution is the supreme law of the land which cannot be changed with a simple majority. It requires at least 2/3 majority of the members of parliament, whose current number in total is 166. However, Speaker of the National Assembly Patrick Matibini does not vote. But lawmaking does not start at second reading, as there is a first reading before the Speaker refers the bill to a parliamentary select committee. But even before this process in Parliament, constitution making is a serious matter which requires national consensus. Therefore, a President is required to appoint a commission to undertake sittings to collect views from stakeholders. For the Constitution Amendment Bill, it has taken 3 years of gathering views which have been spiced with disagreements and in other areas agreements under the National Dialogue Forum. Forward, we have reached second reading, and the future after tabling is for members of parliament to debate. Since the Constitution is the supreme law of the land, the Speaker normally allows members to debate thoroughly. However, it cannot proceed to committee stage for amendment of any clauses unless at second reading a 2/3 number of members is achieved. In the current situation, the mover of this bill, number 10, is Justice Minister Given Luwinda, who needs at least 111 out of the 165 eligible to vote in the House, as the Speaker does not participate in the casting of the vote. The composition of the current House is PF having 89 members of Parliament, with 81 elected and 8 nominated, while the UPND has 56 elected members. The MMD have 3, while the FDD have 1, and the National Democratic Congress have 1, with independents accounting for 14. It must be understood that members of parliament are expected to represent their electorate and vote freely in an open ballot within the House. This could be the reason 3 members of the UPND appear to have broken the 3-line whip to remain in the House that was issued by Leader of the Opposition, Jack Mwimbu. But whatever happens, Mr. Luwinda and the Patriotic Front should interest 111 members of parliament or more for the Constitution Amendment Bill number 10 to pass the second reading. If the bill passes second reading, 2/3 majority of at least 111 members of parliament or more will again be needed at third reading. However, if government fails to raise the 2/3, it will be back to the drawing board, as the bill cannot be reintroduced in this life of parliament, which ends in 2021.
Of course, to further this discussion, joining us live remotely on phone is Ruben Lefuka, who is the Transparency International Zambia Chapter President. Good evening, Mr. Lefuka. It's good to have you on Diamond TV tonight.
Good evening, and thanks for having me.
I mean, let's get straight into it. I mean, there looks to be a lot of, whether confusion, lack of a better term, but I mean, there's been so much constitutional reforms in this country. What do you make of the current happening now? We see, more of a freeze on debate that happened in Parliament.
Well, I think it's a bit of an anti-climax that we're seeing. We expected that this time around
we were going to conclude on the constitutional reform process. But right from the beginning, when the NDF was put in place, there was a lot of disquiet from some stakeholders, and government should have taken that as an opportunity to build consensus. Constitutional making should be about consensus building. You want to carry all voices along, whether these are minority voices or not. At the end of the day, a constitution that is crafted should command the respect and obedience of all Zambians, regardless of their backgrounds, their race, their religion, etc. So with what has been happening in Parliament, it's really unfortunate. The last few days, the government did indicate its position, but I think they didn't do much in trying to build consensus in ensuring that this time around we do succeed with what we've been doing with constitutional reforms.
Of course, one case in court, and that is, of course, on contracting debt. I mean, what do you make of the 79 clauses, particularly those that, seems to me that the Patriotic Front as well as the United Party for National Development seem to be disagreeing on? Do you see any consensus building moving ahead, even after probably Parliament resumes?
Unfortunately not. If no measures are taken, deliberate measures are taken to try and bridge the gap, even when Parliament resumes sitting, we could still see more of the same, with UPND MPs and independents and those that support them walking out, and the Patriotic Front and independents and other parties who are in support of Bill 10 continue with the debates in Parliament. I think that the intervening period between now and whenever Parliament reconvene should be an opportunity to bring all parties together and find what works for the Zambian people, for the Zambian community. Try and bridge the differences where these do lie. And if necessary, if it does help, and that's been our position, really have a new bill sent to Parliament which reflects all these progressive measures that the PF government are now talking about, but also address the concerns that those that do not support Bill 10 continue to raise.
I mean, this is obviously 111 members of Parliament that will need to pass this bill. Do you see this, actually actualizing? Do you see this bill going through? And well, if not, why?
Very difficult to say. The PF, have been quite confident that they can get the numbers. But with the UPND walking out, it doesn't really give confidence that they could get. What is key is that for PF to get the numbers, they need to convince some of the UPND camp to come to the party. Now, what we find unfortunate are the stories flying around that people are being coerced, whether through cash or promises of development, in order for them to move to one side or the other. I think this process should be devoid of such activities. We shouldn't have a constitution which is a product of such illegal activities. Let the members of Parliament debate or make a decision whether to debate or not debate, free of any of these activities. It would be a shame to have a product which really reeks of bribery, a product which is an outcome of underhand tactics. So I do hope that narrow sectarian interests will not be the driving force of constitutional making in this country.
Mr. Lefuka, we appreciate your time. Thanks a lot for speaking to us tonight.
Thank you very much. The pleasure is mine.
Let's take a set of commercials to join us back for more news.
No two people are alike in the world, but these individuals have something in common.
Life is about making the right choices. I choose protection. Excuse me. Can I please have a packet of unscented Ultimate condoms?
Bonjour, mommy.
Bonjour.
Assist me with some change money.
Okay.
In fact, can I get a packet of Ultimate condom? Banana scented.
Whatever the situation I'm faced with, at work, at home, at play, I take control. I man up. Protection is about manning up. Hi.
Hello.
Give me a packet of Ultimate condom, vanilla scented.
They all use Ultimate condoms for assured protection from STIs, HIV, and unplanned pregnancies. Use condoms correctly and consistently for dual protection. Ultimate condoms, assured protection delivered in 3 variants: unscented, banana, and vanilla. Brought to you by the USA Discover Health Project with support from the American people through the United States President's Emergency Plan for AIDS Relief, PEPFAR.
For those school lunches, for that much needed break at the office, or just to replenish your energy levels. For that all day, every day soothing refreshment, nothing beats the refreshing fruity milkiness of Shake and Sip Fruity Milk. Shake and Sip, when fresh meets fruity.
Trade Kings, improving lives.
Do your gums hurt? Yeah. Does your toothpaste contain sage, eucalyptus, myrrh, chamomile? All that in one toothpaste? Yes, try Colgate Herbal. Colgate Herbal contains nature's best herbs and Colgate's fluoride technology to give you strong teeth and healthy gums. Ah, Colgate Herbal. Let's go. Colgate Herbal for strong teeth and healthy gums naturally.
Fruticana, fruticana. You are the test of a perfect summer. You are my guest at every dinner. You be exciting about them killer. You are the reason now I'm with her. Yonse ni go do me lile. Life is better with you every day. You are the reason I'm feeling this way. Can nobody take this away? You're my fruity kinda. You're the test of a perfect summer. Cause of you I love no other. Fruity kinda. Why did I have to discover? Because of you I love no other. Oh na na na.
Introducing Fruticana fruit juice. Fruticana, find your fruity side. Trade Kings, improving lives.
Welcome back to the live broadcast of the Diamond News Desk at 8. The Zambia Correctional Service has enhanced the preventive measures so as to prevent the inmates from the coronavirus. Correctional facilities have restricted people and visiting hours to prisons.
And will ensure that food that is brought in.
Matter in which former assistant to the president for press Amos Chanda, former Ransa Chief Executive Officer Zinda Basoko and businessman Walid Iwan Nahas are accused of having property suspected to be proceeds of crime has begun in the Lusaka Magistrates Court. In this matter, the trial is collectively facing 6 charges of corruption and having property suspected to be proceeds of crime amounting to $21,000. Allegations in count 1 are that on dates unknown, but between August 1st, 2017 and May 31st, 2019 in Lusaka, Nahas corruptly gave Soko $11,000 as an inducement or reward in order to facilitate the award of a contract to Intelligent Mobility Solutions Limited by the Road Transport and Safety Agency in a transaction that concerns the RATSA, a public body. In count 5, Chanda is accused of receiving $11,000 from Nahas as an inducement in the awarding of the contract. In the last count, the former assistant to the President for Press and Public Relations is accused of corruptly possessing a property worth $11,000, which property is reasonably suspected to be a proceed of crime. On the stand was 42-year-old Patrick Chilekwa, an assistant inspector of companies for PACRA, who told the court that there was nothing unlawful in the manner in the manner in which the company was incorporated. Chilekwa also told the court that the changes in the shareholding of the company was legal. The witness also says that Zinda Basoko's name does not appear in any of the documents and company transactions. The matter has been adjourned to 15th April for continued cross-examination because Amos Chanda's lawyers was not before court to examine for his client. Let's take another set of commercials. Coming up, we have our exchange rates.
Batata, you're here. I thought you said lunch. Oh, come on, my son. I cannot wait to see my first ever grandson.
As a young modern wife, entertaining my Wapongoshi was always a mini nightmare. But today, I'll treat them to a special traditional secret. Tata, Maya, Moisen.
Oh, thank you very much, my daughter. Thank you very much. This Bemba woman really knows how to prepare this chibuantu. Exactly like from southern province. Please give me some more.
Times have changed, but some things in life shouldn't. Introducing Ama Sip Sip Chiwantu traditional maize drink. Traditional taste that has stood the test of time.
Last time I had such nice chiwantu was at home, prepared by my mother.
Ama Sip Sip Chiwantu, a taste of local tradition. Trade Kings, improving.
Still wondering how you can own your own home? Build or purchase your dream home with the help of a mortgage from the Zambia National Building Society and enjoy 0% legal fees, 0% survey fees, 0% administration fees, and competitive interest rates. Plus, get up to 100% financing and up to 60 days repayment holiday. What better way to buy or build your dream house than with the ZMBS Nyumba Banja mortgage promotion? Invest in your future today and bring your dream to life. For more details, call us on 0954-292-904 or 0954-295-168 or email marketing@zmbs.co.zm or visit our website on znbs.co.zm. Zambia National Building Society. Shelter through saving. Terms and conditions apply.
Class, what word is this? Water. Again? Water. Good.
Matilda, what are you doing?
I'm helping Mom make home safe.
What do you mean by making home safe?
I help Mom do the housework. Mom always washes the fruit and covers the food. Mom makes sure I wash my hands every time after I use the toilet and before I touch any food. Mom uses Chloripure to keep our drinking water safe.
Chloripure is safe and easy to use. Read the instructions on the bottle for proper use and wait for 30 minutes before drinking the water. Use Chloripure correctly and consistently all year round. That way you'll be able to protect your family from waterborne diseases. Chloripure is now available in pharmacies, chemists, and retail outlets at an affordable price.
Make your drinking water pure with Chloripure.
This message is brought to you by the USAID Discover Health Project with support from the United States Agency for International Development, USAID, from the American people.
I always look forward to Sunday lunch.
You're gonna need some fruit top to wash all that down.
And nobody does Sunday lunch like my mom.
Hey, Chris! Hey, Jack, come over! Mom, can Jack come, please? Wow, is that fruit top?
Nothing in this world is better than chilling at home with everyone. Woke up this morning with sunshine in my eyes, telling me everything will be fine. Doesn't matter where you're from, you cannot beat the taste of home.
And the thing I like about Sunday lunch is that everyone comes together.
Nothing brings a family together like a good meal and a great drink. Introducing Fruit Top, orange, pineapple, and granadilla fruit squash.
Give me that
Fruit Top, with the real fruit in every drop.
There is a core belief at the heart of Liquid Telecom. The belief that every individual has the right to be connected. The pursuit of this vision has seen us build the largest independent fiber network in Africa. From Cape to Cairo, we are connecting more of Africa. Liquid Telecom, building Africa's digital future.
Do your gums hurt? Yeah. Does your toothpaste contain sage, eucalyptus, myrrh, chamomile?
All that in one toothpaste?
Yes, try Colgate Herbal. Colgate Herbal contains nature's best herbs and Colgate's fluoride technology to give you strong teeth and healthy gums.
Ah, Colgate Herbal.
Let's go. Colgate Herbal for strong teeth and healthy gums naturally.
Still wondering how you can own your own home? Build or purchase your dream home with the help of a mortgage from the Zambia National Building Society and enjoy 0% legal fees, 0% survey fees, 0% administration fees, and competitive interest rates. Plus, get up to 100% financing and up to 60 days repayment holiday. What better way to buy or build your dream house than with the ZMBS Nyumba Banja mortgage promotion? Invest in your future today and bring your dream to life. For more details, call us on 0954 292 904 or 0954 295 168 or email marketing@zmbs.co.zm or visit our website on zmbs.co.zm. Zambia National Building Society. Shelter through saving. Terms and conditions apply.
Business News Tonight, Minister of Works and Supplies Sylvia Chalikosa says the manufacturing of Vivo commuter minibuses in Zambia will benefit the country and reduce its outflow of foreign exchange. Mrs. Chalikosa was speaking at the launch of the Oviv Zambia Limited, a company founded and run by Zambians with a long history of designing ground and air vehicles. She has called on Zambians to support Zambian industries by buying Zambian products. And Oviv Buses proprietor Clive Chira says the vehicle is made to suit the standards and regulations of the country. Mr. Chira states that the buses will apply to the challenges of the commuter, such as having seat belts in all buses. Take another set of commercials. We have our exchange rates coming up.
I don't care, I don't care, I don't care. I don't care if they know the truth about how much I care for you. I don't care, I don't care, I don't care. There's nothing I wouldn't do.
Show some love to your fabrics with Boom Bubble Plus washing powder with powerful dirt-fighting enzymes and special color protection. Whiter whites and brighter colors. Fabrics love Boom.
I love you.
Here's a little song that we wrote for you. The words are very simple and they're only two. Cream it. Just cream it. Like the moonlight adds a little light in the dark. You got to add a little light in your cup. Cream it. Just cream it. Cream it. Ichilana mukaka. Cream it. Mona kutikama. Cream it.
Introducing Cream It Tea and Coffee Creamer. It's not a coffee till you cream it. Trade Kings, improving lives.
This one goes out to all our dreamers.
You are killing it.
The fearless, the ambitious, the lovable, the fierce, the hilarious, the fighters, the inspirational, the strong, the believers. Celebrate all our powerful women this International Women's Month with GoTV. We are for every woman. Yes! GoTV. Live it. Love it.
Yemi Alade.
Can I have that meal over there? And I really want that crisp, fresh apple taste from the garden. Can I have happy apple?
I think I'll have my big bite 2 meal with happy waziwaka. Give us your
Enjoy an appetizing big bite meal with an happy drink of your choice. A meal is not a meal without an happy drink. And now introducing Happy in a can.
Vimbuzi vilibe konkale mu mugodi. Nchosa buda kumedwalika onze.
Sungani umoyo wabanja lanu, chingilizani manzi ya munyansi na vimbuzi vakonkiri mu mugodi. Vovomelesewa vevichoka kuli wa Lusaka Water and Storage Company.
Finally, in our sports news tonight, the 2020 ABSA Championship, which was scheduled to start on the 28th of March 2020, has been postponed indefinitely. ABSA Championship, which starts at the quarterfinal stage, has 8 teams competing in the country's only cup game. This was contained in a statement issued by the Football Association of Zambia to the clubs in the competition. Well, that item brings us to the end of the Diamond News Desk. Thank you so much for tuning in. Don't forget to catch us on various platforms on Diamond TV's 271, 110 on Topstar, 21 on the Movie Bouquet, as well as on Facebook. That is Diamond TV Zambia. On behalf of the entire news crew, my name is Cheswa Kapasa. Good night.
Television reinvented.
Touching food before washing after changing diapers. This is tantamount to dangerous cooking.
Tawaishiwa tama James ya nomba fibondo. Tayapu alalanga ma James ya kare.
Manja mako tuma James tuchachabe pate after pate. That's why Funko Sambila na hygienic soap. Ili na active silver technology wandera.
Soap with technology.
Also